Hey guys, Steve Welch here, Beaman Toyota, Nashville. Wanted to show you this. This is the limited trim level of the 2022 Toyota Tundra. Obviously going to be the same for 2023. Very excited about this trim level, and this is part of the trim level series, the TTLS, the Toyota trim level series that I put out about every car that Toyota has, and try to keep that as updated as I can for you, of course. But those of you who know me and who follow my channel know that this is the trim level of the truck that I am looking to get. I will be getting the iForce Max version of it, but the trim level will be very similar here. So do want to go over the Limited and show you some things on there that you might like. All right, so first thing you'll notice when you kind of take a look, and one of the things that I particularly personally like about it is that it's kind of a little bit more subdued than like the Platinum or the 1794, or you know, obviously the Pro is its own beast when it comes to that, of course. But I like the little bit more of a basic grille. That's just kind of me. But you know, each person their own. That's why I'm showing you these trims, and you know, each one successively, of course. There. Really nice looking truck. This one's obviously black, of course. You'll see the wheels. That is standard on the trim level for the Limited, right? Just kind of looking around the outside, you can kind of get a look. There's your Tundra, of course, and you can kind of see everything that's on there. You got your Limited badging on there. I'm just going to walk us around the outside, take you a look on the inside here in just a second. You also have the light that turns in right here, so that light will actually light when you're backing up, so you can help see your hitch. Obviously a backup camera is here. You have your 7-way and your 4-ways that are both right here. Very easy to get to. Towing package is standard on the Limited. The only one that it is not standard on is your base level, and then it's a really cheap add-on, so it's almost no point in not getting it. Electronic tailgate, you can pull it down right there. It's a slow lower composite bed, by the way. You also have the ability right here to hit that button and have that go down. You also, on your key, have this right here where you can press and hold it on your key and drop it that way. So pretty nice way to be able to use some things, of course, when it comes to the truck. So but yeah, definitely take a look at that there. You can see I've got the bed lights are there. Those are actually turn on or turn off. You can do those from the interior. You can turn those on. I'll go ahead and do that here real quick while we're standing here. By the way, you see how I unlock the door too, just by the door handle, but that right there. So what you'll see is I just unlocked that door. You can lock it or unlock it right here. Now I have asked people before, had people ask me about putting the tailgate down. Now if the door is locked and you don't have the key near the truck, so if it's not within the 3 feet of the truck, you won't be able to get it out. So I just pulled the key away. Now once you get close with the key, so here's the key back, you'll see that now I can do it. So it can sense when the key is close to the tailgate, but it is electronic. So if you wanted to leave the tailgate down or somebody to have access to the back of your truck, you'd have to actually have that tailgate open or the truck unlocked. So I do want to mention that. So you'll see that you have your bed lights that are on right there, tie downs in the front, in the back. Obviously spots if you wanted to put some boards in here, you do have that. I'm going to show it to you as well, but that back glass, it will go all the way down. You'll also see that up on the very center right there, there are 2 cameras. There's a very good reason for that, and I'll show you that as well. So like I said, this is the truck that I plan on getting, so I do know most about it. So about this particular trim level, of course. But you have your sensors back here, so if you're about to back into something, it will let you know and try to help you to avoid doing that. But you can definitely take a look around. Like I said, you can lock or unlock both of the front doors. You lock them by doing that, and you unlock it just by grabbing your door. All right, so gonna kind of take a look. Now I have had people ask me about the difference in the size of the cab. All right, so the size of the cab is slightly smaller than the previous generation. It's about 1.5 inches in the front and about 1.5 inches in the back, guys. It is not dramatically smaller by any means, and you can see it still has that customary Tundra size on the inside, right? So very nice. Plus you've got down here that you have all of your storage that is below, that you can put everything down here. Both sides will lift up, and you have your little handle right here that'll pull that down. And then you also have, and I'll show you up here, where you can pull this, and you have additional room back here on both sides. The JBL system, you'll get a subwoofer on the back side of the other one, so it will actually cost you a little bit of room in the back, but not anything crazy, of course, but it'll cost you a little bit of that storage space. Obviously, this will come down here. It's actually pretty sturdy. Put your arm on if you're riding around, of course. You'll look down here, you can see 2 USBs. One's a C style, one's your little duckbill style, whatever you want to call it, and then a 400 watt or 120 volt 400 watt AC inverter is back here. You'll notice you do have your vents in the back seat, which is really nice to have. If anybody's riding back there, they will be highly appreciative that you have that back there. So we'll mention as well, you have seat pockets in both of the seats. So very cool features on this thing. So coming up to the front on the passenger side, you're going to notice one thing. Passenger side seat does have lumbar and electronic seat. You can go forward, you can go back, of course, with it, up or down. So you can definitely do that with that seat. People have asked if you can go up or down in the seat. It does have that. This one's got the key wireless chargings right here. That's how you set your phone in there. It's just very easy to set it in there. Drive modes, we'll go over those a little bit on the inside. You do have right where you can just touch this and go in here. I did a video on one of the on a insert that you guys should check out for this. It fit really well, but check out that video on the insert, see what you guys think for this. You also have up here a insert that's up here that can go in there too. That's part of that video as well, but it's nice to have something up there for you too. I know you guys have noticed this, the 14-inch screen. We'll look at that when I get on the other side, of course. So just kind of taking a look on the passenger side, in case you're wondering. Your glove box, very large to put anything in the glove box. I do want to notice this too. This right here is padded, so when you put your leg over there, you're not going to get something digging into your leg. This is actually a really nice padding, and it's got some movement to it, so that it can actually help keep you comfort. You'll also notice too, if you look down here, the pattern in the seats. Now you've got a few different colors that you can get this in. This is obviously the black interior with the black exterior. I am getting the bolder interior, which is a little bit more of a lighter color, of course. You'll also notice under here, and this will come into play in a second, but you've got some cameras that are under the mirrors there, but that'll come into play in a second, and I'll show you what those look like too. So excuse me. LED lights, LED fog lights under the front. You also have your safety sense, which there's your sensor for your safety sense, which is right down there. Now I'm going to come back over here, and I'm going to show you, you do have your seat position right here that you can memorize your seat position. You can also set that to memorize it via the key. So that is a really cool feature. So as soon as you open the door, it can start moving things for you, so that it's exactly where you have it. So do want to mention too, so you do have, this is your non-hybrid, of course. So you have a hybrid iForce Max that's available, and you have the non-hybrid twin turbo V6. I'm going to go ahead and open the hood here for you, so you guys can take a look here. Very easy to obviously get the hood open. So twin turbo V6. It's got dual air filters on either side, so it's going to keep very clean, or very large amount of air can go through there, let's put it that way. 479 foot-pound of torque, 389 horsepower at 5,200 RPM. Just a beautiful vehicle. Now you guys have also seen some of my videos where I went over the specs long before the trucks ever got here, and definitely those will go too. If you look down here in the calipers, you have a true 4-piston dual opposed caliper. That is really good for stopping, of course. Obviously driver's side seat is power as well. You also have, this one's got the heated steering wheel, which is an option on this one. Start stop mode is going to be on most of them. That's something you can disable if you want to. I am going to hit the push to start button and fire this up. Now you'll see the grill here, the dash here, how it fires up here for you. Now It's always going to show that the vehicle will automatically turn off in an hour if you leave it running, of course. Go ahead and turn the radio down here. But you're going to see the dash on this one. Once you get above this trim level or to this trim level in the iForce Max, this will become the 12.3 digital dash. It's this one in the Limited and below. So they'll all have this one. So if you get a Limited, it's not a hybrid, this is your dash that will be on your Limited, not a hybrid. You can see your steering wheel controls, your dynamic radar cruise control, lane departure. This turns on your cruise control mode. That's for your radio. Obviously set, reset, that's all cruise control stuff there. Volume for your radio over here. You can flip through stations and all that. You have different things that you can do from here. By the way, this is flipping through stations. I know you guys will correct me, but this is flipping through your menus that are up top. So you can kind of take a look at some of your menus. You can go across and just, I have videos that talk about nothing but what's on the menus and how to adjust those. So I'm not going to get totally into that, but they're all there, right? The radio, 14-inch radio, guys. This thing is beautiful, right? So, you definitely have a lot to love when it comes to the radio. Gonna go over some of the specs here for you too. This one's the JBL Premium Audio. In this particular vehicle, it's an option, so it actually adds $565 to the cost. In my opinion, very, very well worth it, because you're going to get that 12 speaker premium audio system. So you also have the panoramic view. So when you look here, this button right here is the panoramic view. I'm going to hit that and you'll be able to see it looks all the way around. So that camera that I showed you under the mirror, there's one under each mirror, one under the dash, and your backup that is going to show that particular view. It's going to come all the way around, and then it's going to give you a separate view of the vehicle, of course. And hang on one second. So the other thing I'll show you here too is if you hit that, that'll shut off. But if you go into reverse will give you all the way around the car. So got people taking a peek at this one, but then you can also see that you have different views that you can look at in the front, on either side. You can look at, you know, either side backwards. You can look at just the bed right there, so you guys can kind of see everything you're looking at. And you can go to a wider angle if you want to. Turn your grid lines, change those things different, or you can turn that back center off. If you turn on auto, by the way, on this one, then it'll automatically turn on when you're going to a slower speed if you're going forward. So just kind of showing you how that looks. And obviously your bird's eye view is over there too. So the other thing you have is the other camera that I showed you. Boom, it's right there, guys. So that is the other camera that is on the side there for you. It's on the very top of the cab. So that is something that is a really cool feature, that if you've got some stuff stacked up in the back, that it can help you to be able to see out of the back. I told you I'd show you. Up here is your switch, and what that switch did is it just lowered that back window. I'll pull that back up, you'll see that window come up, so that whole window comes down. It is a Tundra feature that is a very, very cool feature to have. So definitely all your driving modes, you can come down here, you can change your driving modes pretty easily here. So you got drive mode right here. If you switch this, you'll see that it'll come up on your dash right here, sport, normal. It'll also come up on your screen. So if you go into eco or whatever drive mode that you go into, you only have 3 on this particular version. Once you go to the higher levels, you can actually go up to 6. So you got the, you know, Sport Plus mode, things like that. So you can go up to those. So now you're also going to notice down here heated and cooled seats on both the driver and passenger side. They don't have heated in the rear, but there are some that do have heated in the rear. So your upper trim levels will have that. This will connect to your radio, that is your USB, but you do have wireless Apple CarPlay and wireless Android Auto. So you do not need to be connected like you do on most other Toyotas in order to get CarPlay. You also have your 4-wheel drive, very easy to switch into 4-wheel drive, very easy to switch out of 4-wheel drive. It is pretty cool. So you also have your cup holders, of course, in there. You could also notice that you have this right here that'll pop through. So if you need to get in and out of something real quick, you can get in and out of something real quick, and it'll hold whatever's in there pretty decently for you while you do that. So electronic parking brake hold, all of that's on here. Like I said, this one's also got your rear height control. So this right here, so you can have the air ride suspension. That's an option that's on there, but you can change the height of the rear suspension, and very easily you can, you know, change it to the next level, go to neutral, go to low, go to high, whatever you want to go to. You can definitely do that pretty easily there. So pretty nice functions, of course. So this one's got the 5.5 foot bed on the back, of course. So that is something that some of you might ask, is how long is the bed on this one? This one's the 5.5 foot. Electronic power steering. You do have the 10-speed transmission with this one. Electronically controlled automatic 10-speed transmission, 2-speed transfer case, automatic limited slip differential, of course. Your suspension on is the independent double wishbone front suspension, coil spring multi-link rear suspension. All right, so I've had a few of you ask for a video on that could show you a little bit of that. I've done that on some of them. I'm going to go ahead and shut this off right now, but I will, for the purposes of this video, I'm going to kind of get to a little bit down here if I can, and hopefully y'all can appreciate this. There's your coil suspension on your front, right? And we'll kind of pop back out over here and give you a look under the rear. Like I said, definitely give me a like for getting my big old butt down here for you guys. So you can see the air ride suspension on the back here, kind of giving a quick look of it down here. But yeah, and then you've got, you know, some controls up here. Of course, that looks like your pump probably. Yeah, so appreciate you guys. By the way, these lights right here are your backup lights. They are extremely bright, which is actually really cool, because they can help you to be able to see, of course. So that's obviously important when you're trying to back up, is having a little bit of an ability to see. Plus you have that other light that I was telling you about, which is right here, that will allow you to see the trailer as you're backing up to a trailer. Just really nice. So like I said, that's the 5.5 foot bed, guys. You do have, for the first time in the 2022 and obviously beyond, the ability to have a 1 foot longer bed. So you can put the 6.5 bed with this cab. So it does make a long truck, but you can have the 6.5 foot bed. I know a lot of you asked me what I'm getting. This is the configuration that I'm getting. So the 5.5 foot bed, along with the Crew Max. So that's what I'm getting. So, and obviously, like I said, I'm getting the iForce Max because that's just what I want. So, so then obviously your push button tailgate, your Tundra stamped in here. There are inlays for these that are actually really cool. I did a video on the inlays, so definitely check that out and see what you guys think about the inlays. It's a class 4 hitch, by the way, so that's really cool too. Tow haul driving modes, that's right next to the setting I showed you for the Eco and the Sport on the dash there. Like I said, I'm just kind of walking around it here for you guys to see. So that water dripping off the right side there's from the AC, because it is hot out here, just so you guys know. So hopefully you guys appreciate that. I'm already covered in sweat. So but we already looked at the Softex on the seats, heated front, heated ventilated front seats. You saw all the dash, all of that, of course. Like I said, your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, all of that is standard in this truck. So there's not leaving a whole lot to really want, and that's one of the reasons that I picked this one for my truck. This trim level is because, like I said, it's a little bit more subdued than what some of the other ones are, than the Platinums and things like that. It's a little bit more subdued than that, but man, it's just a beautiful truck. I just love the way this trim level looks, and it's just really cool. So do want to show you something else too. So a lot of people have asked about the air dam, and there's a way to do this. If you turn on the vehicle, right? When you turn on the vehicle, as soon as, I don't know if you guys can see what I'm doing here, but as soon as I turn this off, I'm going to lift this stalk. And you lift it for, they say, somewhere between 3 and 10 seconds. And that should drop. And you'll notice, see, they washed this truck and they didn't drop that down there because they just ran it through the wash. You see all the water that's coming off? that is going to hold things like that. It comes down at about 30 to 35 miles per hour, and that'll actually help you to save fuel. But that is a way to get it down. So if you guys want to wash that truck and you want to spray that off, especially if you've gone mudding, gotten off-road at all, that air dam's really cool, but that's an easy way to put it down. Just takes a couple of seconds. And then in order to put it back up, all you got to do is start the truck and then put it in gear. Once you put it in gear and then you go back into park, you come back out and you'll notice that it lifted itself back up, but now all that water and everything else is now off of there. You also do have those little dampeners that are inside the grill that I've talked about before that can actually save some wind resistance. They'll close if the vehicle doesn't need the extra airflow, which right now it would need the extra airflow. You can see your driving lights, really nice looking driving lights there, LEDs, and then your headlights. I'll turn those on for you. Which something else that's really cool about that is you also have your automatic high beams on here as well. So that is sweet as well. So we'll kind of hopefully I can get you a little look here, kind of get you a look on how those lights will look. And of course your bright lights, they'll do what bright lights do, of course. But yeah, so this is your limited trim. This is your rear parking braking, by the way. You do have automatic headlights, and I've done that here too. So the automatic headlights will turn on and turn off by themselves as long as you have that engaged. So they'll turn on and turn off. Like I said, electronic parking brake. It's got brake hold like a lot of the other cars do. Some people have asked about the roof. The Limited, it can in the hybrid, it will be able to have the panoramic roof for the sunroof. In the standard Limited configuration, you can have the regular sunroof. So in this configuration, you can have the regular sunroof or no sunroof. So this one gives you the most options for the sunroof, but of course that's, you know, what that is. This right here, by the way, is your straight path assist for your trailer, which is basically going to help you to back your trailer up straight. You can see a lot of the stuff that's right here. So navigation, obviously you have to subscribe for the navigation, or at least connect your phone, let's put it that way. So you've got a lot of stuff right here, vehicle information you can go through. You can do a lot of different customizable things here, and I'll do some of the I've done some videos on what those are and how you can customize that stuff. I know it doesn't look real good right now because I don't have it quite positioned right to be able to show you a lot of that stuff, but that is a big screen. Vents are positioned perfectly. Just really, really sweet. I'm going to pull this back forward because I got people trying to get right where I'm at. So anyway, we'll pull forward. By the way, you just saw something else that it'll do too. So if you go to pull forward, and it just saw a bush that's in front of me, so that was the parking braking that you just saw there, which is really cool. The other thing is if you have the door open and you go into gear, it's going to stop you. It's going to keep you from moving forward. So always make sure that you have the door closed when you go into gear, and that you don't open the door before you have stopped the vehicle. If you do that, that could create a problem. So make sure that you don't do that. So yeah, the truck's going to try to keep you safe. So that's something that is really good to know. But yeah, I'm going to show you one other thing here while I'm thinking about it. I'm going to pop back here, and I want to show you obviously the opposite side. So these are the bed cleats, of course. I'm going to show you the opposite side down here that you can see everything that is under here, right? Pull this again. Once you pull that again, that'll drop that down. And then you also have this up here. So once you pull this, you're going to see that's your JBL. So you haven't lost all of it, but you have lost some of the behind seat storage that you have that's right there. And then this is your center seat. If you ever want to unplug that, there's a little thing back here that you can actually unplug your center seat so that you can lay it flat. So LED lights, by the way, up top too, for the top. I mean, there's here, like I said, is there anything you want that's not on this truck? So that's the question I got. This thing is beautiful, guys. This is the one reason I really like this truck. Blind spot monitor, heated driver's side outside mirror. It's also self-dimming for the outside mirrors. I mean, it's a gorgeous truck, right, guys? So some people have asked, the passenger side mirror is not self-dimming, the driver's side mirror is self-dimming. So yeah, there's self-folding too here. If I hit this button right here, you'll see the mirrors can fold in, so they're power fold mirrors as well. Fold in on both sides and fold out, obviously, on both sides. You can make that automatic. So like I said, I'm trying not to have this video be too long. I know I've already gone 25 minutes, but man, how much more can I show you on this truck? There is just a ton on this truck. Like I said, composite bed. You can still put a spray and bed liner here if you wanted to have the non-skid. You can put a bed mat in there if you want to have non-skid. It is just really, really cool. Everything that you can do to this truck to customize it to what you want it. Just the right amount of chrome. You know, that's something that I like, just the right amount. Just really, really sweet. So definitely like, subscribe. Did this for you guys, going over the limited trim of the 2022 and beyond for the Toyota Tundra. This, like I said, limited trim, Crew Max, 5.5 bed, Seawatch, Beaman Toyota, beautiful downtown Nashville. Hopefully you guys can like and subscribe, and I appreciate every one of you guys, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.